soon.
And I'm your host, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and my attorney, the Honorable Lance Wilson.
Right, Bobby, baby.
Listen, Ray. I want to go on record right now before this program even gets started. Even though it's a holiday weekend, I'm in the holiday spirit and everything, I want to lay the cards on the table. I don't appreciate for one moment you and this ambulance chaser over here questioning my integrity on my program. And if you guys get out of hand within this 2-hour period, your history, both of you, you'll both be wearing a neck collar.
It'll all come out in court.
We have an outstanding program lined up for you this week, featuring, of course, World's Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan against the ace Cowboy Bob Orton. We also have a ladies' title match on the program, the Fabulous Moolah putting her title on the line. We're also going to take a look at the shadows.
And I also have another big surprise to lay on everybody. Oh, I'm not going to show you. It'll be coming up a little later on in the program. It has nothing to do with you or my attorney or anybody else.
Lance.
It's another, I know his name, Mr. Wilshire to you.
Mr. Wilshire.
You tell him, Bobby, and we may have a little case against the editor of this so-called magazine.
Please.
Notice how small my client's picture is? We'll take that up later.
We're also going to continue with our special report on the superstar Billy Graham. In fact, we're going to see some very vivid scenes of the operation that Superstar underwent, and I must warn you all out there at this particular point in time that if you're a little bit squeamish or you've got some youngsters, this particular piece of footage is very specific and a little bit on the gory side, so just a fair warning to all of you about that. We're also going to take a look at K&M Connection, the Islanders, and a whole host of others, including our first matchup, the magnificent Muraco against Sleeping Lanny Poffo. Let's go to ringside.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the ring at this time, from Downers Grove, Illinois, weighing 240 pounds, Leaping Lanny Poffo. His opponent is from Sunset Beach, Hawaii, weighing 278 pounds, the magnificent Muraco. Ladies and gentlemen, Leaping Lanny Poffo would now like to recite a poem.
To make a Don Muraco rhyme is not so hard for some. Just pick a word that rhymes with beach and one that rhymes with bum.
Oh! That was very nice.
Well, thank you.
I heard what he said. He's dedicating a pile driver to you.
Well, thank you. You know,
I'd like to see him come over and give you one.
He'd be in jail for murder if he did, the way my neck is. You know, if it wasn't for bathroom walls, Lanny'd have no material.
Please. The poet laureate of the World Wrestling Federation, and he does a tremendous job of it as well.
Now look at Muraco. He's got his, probably a groin pull or a thigh muscle or something like that.
He's got a slight tear of the gastrocnemius is what he's got.
Well, I mean, I understand you, but make it simple for them people there. He's got a bum wheel. And, you know, both wrists could be hurt. They're taped. His thumbs are taped. His fingers could all be jammed. But he still gets in there. What a competitor.
Yeah, he still wants to eat. It's a habit you get into at a very early age, very difficult to break. Muraco always has those fingers taped up. The only real injury that he has right now is that torn gastrocnemius, or thigh muscle, as you like to call it. Clean break by the magnificent one.
I like that.
Former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion.
Let me ask you a question. Now, if you're in the ring with a man and he hits you with a punch, you hit him with 2 punches. Why is he the bad guy? Just because he threw 1 punch and you threw 2, or because he threw the first one?
Muraco was the bad guy when he walked in the building.
I mean, just because a man's an aggressive person and is smart enough to get the first shot in, I don't know why people would dislike him.
Why?
I don't know why anybody dislikes me.
Did you see Fuji Bandido? Did you see Fuji Chan? Did you see Fuji Vice?
Saw them all.
You don't want to know why people don't like him? There's some good reasons right there.
Well, why don't people like me? I don't have a thing to do with people.
Well, this program's only going to be several hours long. There's not enough time for me to tell you why people dislike you.
I've done nothing to these people. At airports, in restaurants, every place I go, I ignore them. I don't have any conversation with people. Why should I be bothered?
You are a naturally nasty weasel.
I don't have to sit here and take this.
No, you can leave if you like.
You can leave.
Muraco, powerhouse in that upper body strength. Matched with his uncanny ability inside that squared circle makes him an extremely tough customer. Or Sleeping Lanny Poffo faring very well here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Sleeping Lanny lacks one thing to make him a consistent winner. He doesn't have the desire to hurt anybody. He'd like to pin a man, he'd like to outmaneuver a man, outthink a man.
That's what wrestling's about.
He doesn't want to hurt, but today, pal, 1987, you gotta hurt people to get by.
What do you want?
A lot of hurting.
What is the objective of your family? To go in there and maim people? Slam midgets? Try to squash midgets?
I told you I don't like midgets.
You're not far from one. Being one. I know
my
you're...
neck's been stretched. I'm almost 7'5", as tall as Andre.
Well. Leap with a hammerlock, flying to pressure.
But my neck will get better. I'm done. Patera will be hurt. He'll be scarred mentally and physically for the rest of his life.
Well, Patera has told me that it is now a personal vendetta, not only against you, but every member of your stable.
Good. At least we know the rules. That's fine. Then I can start with my plans.
And you can spend all the money you want, gather all your friends, and bring your lunch, because Patera's ready.
Patera has flesh, bones, and blood. He is a human being.
What does that mean?
That means he's not invincible. He's not Superman.
World's strongest human, he was billed as. Former Olympian. With the guts and courage and ability to represent the United States of America.
And San Quentin.
No way, shape, or form can you say anything about him and San Quentin. Muraco having trouble now as Lanny going to work on that left arm and shoulder. Tried to get rid of him, he couldn't do it.
I think I'm going to make one of the biggest real estate investments ever made in the history of real estate.
Well, I know you're going to tell me. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Okay, great. At the moment, the Magnificent One not dedicating anything to Bobby the Brain Heenan.
You want to know, though, don't you?
No, I don't. Could care less. Muraco sweating profusely.
Go ahead, ask me to tell
I don't want to know. If I was the type of guy to say I told you so, uh-oh, look at that. Picked him up and dropped him backwards, came right down on his side.
It's that power.
Lanny holding his left ear.
It's eating inside of you. You're just
What
dying
is?
to know. Never mind.
Poffo now on the receiving end. The Magnificent One has put away some of the best in the world of professional
So
wrestling.
you're pretending you don't want to know, but you want to
Know
know.
what? About your big land deal? No, I don't want to know. Oh, Muraco a little slow on that one. I should say Leaf was a little bit quicker. Ooh. Lanny planted that one right downstairs, and now, whoa, did you see that right?
Come on, beg me.
Beg you to do what?
To tell you.
Give me a break. Lanny Poffo realizing that he's not going to have much success in this match with his
You're just going to get
aerial.
mad.
What is it? Beautiful slam. Look out. Leap going to the second turnbuckle. There's the backflip. He nailed it with it. Can he hold him down? No. Muraco with that awesome upper body power strength just threw Lanny off of there like a rag doll.
He landed right on his throat on the bottom rope.
You do watch once in a while, don't you? Drop kick, caught him. Gasping for a few breaths of air.
Give me $500, I'll tell you.
Tell me what? The whole accumulation of knowledge in your brain is not worth $500.
Here it comes, Monsoon.
What is
Here
this?
it comes.
Pointing to the brain.
Here it comes. Here comes the pile driver.
He promised a pile driver dedicated to Bobby the Brain Heenan. Unfortunately, Muraco has Poffo in the position to do just
Here we
that.
go. Here we go. 1, 2.
Oh, he nailed him with it.
The Bobby Heenan pile driver. Thank you, Magnificent. Thank you very much. I'll tell him, but I won't tell you.
Well, good. Get the 500 from him.
Here is your winner, the magnificent Muraco.
Despicable display by the Brain here. Taking the dedication of a pile driver. Here it comes right now. Muraco pointing right at the Brain. I'd like to see him give you one of these. Oh, maybe it'd straighten you right out.
Kill me.
Drove him right into the middle of next week. Could have counted to 100. Magnificent one on to victory here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Well, you're really happy about that, aren't you? Thrilled that somebody would dedicate something like that to you.
I'm happy about the whole evening. I've got you on the ropes.
Me on the ropes, huh?
Muraco just showed everybody the brain driver. I've got my attorney here, Lance Wilshire, the Honorable Lance Wilshire.
You keep doing it, Bobby, baby, and we'll get everything down on paper, and sooner or later you'll be sitting in that seat by yourself.
You know what you can do with the paper when you get it all down on it.
Keep talking.
Keep talking, Mr. Monsoon. And by the way, I understand that you incurred at the last meeting that we had after I left a threat to my client by telling him that if he liked to eat, he'd have to do something. Was that not true, Bobby?
That's exactly true.
That constitutes a threat.
That's all
in
we
my
ever
book.
do is tell the truth right here on Prime Time Wrestling, and nobody can ever find fault with that. Plenty of interesting things coming up yet this week here on Prime Time Wrestling, aside from Lance Wilshire. We're back, folks, in a very interesting tag team match coming up. In fact, I'm sure most of the wrestling world is aware of what's gone down, the transformation that has occurred with the Islanders, and with this particular piece of garbage sitting next to me. What's wrong with that? Is that not the way he looks?
If you can't see what kind of a thing this is,
doesn't he look like that?
he may look like that, but
Well,
that
that's
to
all-
me
that's all I
is
had to
something
hear.
that you are saying about a man's injury.
It's fairly permanent, you might say. Or it could be permanent. Right now, let's go to our special tag team matchup, K&M against the Islanders. Roll, please.
This is a tag team contest scheduled for one fall. In the ring to my right, at a total combined weight of 471 pounds, Rick Martel and Tom Zink, the K&M Connection.
Tremendous tag team.
And their opponent, about to head towards the ring area from the South Pacific at a total combined weight of 514 pounds, Haku and Tama, the Islanders.
Muraco, Tama, the Islanders, and that, again, another extraordinary tag team combination. What do you look for here, Bruno, in the matchup?
This is going to be a great scientific match because you have four great wrestlers, two great teams over here. They're both so well that this can go either way, but you're going to see a lot of speed, a lot of great wrestling moves, a lot of action. This is just going to be one of the all-time great tag team matches, I believe, because they all have what it takes for one.
What do you think, Jess?
Let me say this, Bruno, you don't think anyone will pull hair or anything?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Oh, it's going to be a great matchup, McMahon. I mean, you got speed on both sides. Strength-wise, I'd have to go with the Islanders a little bit more.
Big Haku. Islanders were asked earlier on what they thought of the matchup here with Martel and Zink. Here's what the Islanders had to say. If you can call it saying anything. Well, I can tell you, that's not much to say. I mean, I don't know what they were laughing at, but nonetheless, the Islanders.
Well, they found something amusing, whatever it was.
You know, Vince, I'm curious because this is the hour that Heenan said he's going to surprise with a new tag team match. And I'm looking at this whole hour over here, and this is the only tag team for this hour. I don't see any other team, Sean. What is Heenan talking about?
Scheduled to appear later on, I believe, is Mr. Race. I believe, and I think we're going to see Hercules and Race in a tag.
Okay. Because he said a team, and I don't see no other team here other than this one. Okay, that's probably what it is. What are you laughing at? You'll see.
Nothing.
Small package could get him. 2 and no. Can't quite. A lot of action in this matchup here. Big Haku out in front. Nice reversal. And a leap. Oh, what a maneuver. 2 and no. No, that won't get him.
Ooh, Haku banged the back of his head on that mat. You can see him. He's dazed.
Tom Zink. Haku back to his feet. And he is a complete package, really, not only with his strength, all kinds of agility, speed, martial arts skill. Ooh, what a chop that was. And a scoop and a slam. Wrestling with the elbow. Arm drag takedown by Tom Zink. Zink and Martel, a great combination, taking nothing away from the Islanders. Perhaps equally as good, maybe even better. Tama tagged in. A chop downstairs.
Here's the speed of the Islander team.
Ooh, there's the speed of Martel and Zink. Zink behind. Tama rolled up on 2. No, can't get him. Can't get him.
You know, the unique thing I see on the Islanders, I don't know how anyone can wrestle barefoot.
What's that? What is Bobby Heenan doing?
What in the world? Bobby Heenan.
Heenan's out in the corner. Martel Zink, look out from behind. The Islanders hammering away on Martel and Zink. What's going on? The legal man in the ring. Ooh, look at that. Tom Zink, ooh, as he whipped to the outside. Tama with Zink. Scoops him up. Oh, slams him outside. What's he gonna do now? Oh, no!
What a move!
Incredible maneuver by Tama.
I don't believe this. What is going on? The Islanders? My goodness.
I think Haku Tama. Rick Martel over to help out. We may have a count out here. That's it.
Oh, look at that. I believe, gentlemen, you're seeing your new tag team.
And you knew it all along, Jesse. You knew it. You knew it all along.
Hey, I'll be honest, that's right. I knew, but I wasn't saying
The winners
nothing.
of this bout, as a result of a countout, the Islanders.
I told you Bobby the Brain Heenan had a new tag team, and that's it, the Islanders. And these guys are going to go places with Heenan.
The Islanders victorious over Martel Zink. My goodness, what a turn of events here for Bobby the Brain Heenan and the Islanders.
You're disgusting. Why can't you ever do anything up front, straight, like a legitimate person? Why do you always have to do things behind people's back? Then you wonder why I get on your case all the time.
I don't have to worry about you getting in my case anymore.
Let him talk, Bobby, baby. If I ever heard anybody using anything that we can use against him,
Well, this
that's
guy
that
looks-
big galoot in the corner. Let him talk, Bobby.
Very familiar to me.
See, now that I've got,
Yes, I never forget.
you know, now that I've got my new
Sure,
tag
I'll
team
come
with
up-
me,
I'll
there's a
come up
lot
with
of
the
things going down for Mr. Patera
Name
and
doesn't
everybody
ring a
else. The
bell.
family is growing constantly. You guys can't outsmart me. My attorney,
I know
and my
that
brains.
face. I've seen that face before.
And you're going to
And not
see
in-
it again.
not in Beverly Hills
Bobby,
either.
you're going to see it again in court.
It'll-
so
it'll-
enjoy yourself. Talk to him, Bobby.
It'll
Let him
come to me.
dig his
Before
own
the
grave.
program is over, I'll come up with a name to match that particular kisser there.
Get on to something else. Handle the show for a minute. I'm going to relax.
I handle
and-
the show every week because you're incompetent. Of
That's
doing
another
it.
one for our camp.
Mark that one
Mark
down.
that one down.
I've got it, Bobby, baby. Incompetent,
Yeah.
he knows the word
Write
because
it
he
down. Yeah,
uses it.
capital letters.
That's E-N.
Careful that ash there.
Imagine what I have to go through, folks. I have to deal with not only this individual, but that other piece of stuff sitting over there. Right now, let's go to a
Honorable
special
Lanny
interview
Wiltshire.
with the Killer Bees.
My mouthpiece.
Stay tuned for more exciting World Wrestling Federation action. You know, right now, the tag team situation in this great federation is absolutely incredible. Up at the top, you've got tag team champions, the Hart Foundation. Then you have a number of great tag teams knocking at their back door. I want to talk to a couple of them this week. Come on in. B. Brian Blair, jumping Jim Brunzell. The Killer Bees are buzzing. And Jimmy, I guess I don't have to tell you, every tag team bout, every singles match, more important than the one before.
That's true, Gene. You know, we're very fortunate to be in the WWF. When you're talking about wrestling, you're talking this is the place to be, and that holds true for the world's tag team situation. Right now, Brian and I have been very lucky. A lot of teams have said we've been lucky, but when you talk about sports and you talk about sports champions, a lot of good teams and great teams make their own luck. So far, we've done okay, and we got a lot of goals, and in order to reach those goals, we have to be healthy.
You know, you see the emergence of a couple of tag teams recently. I can just mention their names. Don Muraco, Cowboy Bob Orton getting together. Demolition, another team. And there's so many here in the World Wrestling Federation, Brian.
You're absolutely right, Mean Gene. And you know what we did? We went down with our main man, HH, the Hulkster. We went down to his gym in Venice Beach, and we said, Hulkster, you know, we need a little pump on. He said, yeah, man, you could use a little bit more muscle in those wings there. And he said, I got just the thing for you, you know. So we started hanging and banging with the Hulkster, you know, and we hang and banged, hung and bung. We passed out, we sweat and swore, we passed out, and we got up and we did it some more, Mean Gene. And now we got a little pump on these wings here. We're ready to flip and flutter, you know. We're ready to do some back cracking and some jaw jacking. And, you know, I can't think of nobody better than the Hart Foundation. How about it, Jimmy?
That's it. That's where it's at, Brian. Where there's a will, there's a way. We've got the will.
All right, I like them. They are the Killer Bees. They are exciting. They are B. Brian Blair and Jumpin' Jim Brunsell. We're going to be right back after this. Don't go away.
We're back, folks, in time for a special update with Greg DeGeorge of the World Wrestling Federation and George the Animal Steele, enjoying some of the latest World Wrestling Federation product ice cream bar. In fact, it is indeed the ice cream factory that George Steele is visiting. Should be most interesting. Let's go to it, please.
You mean they let him into an establishment?
Of course, why not?
A place that manufactures food?
That's correct.
He walked around in there?
Absolutely.
Going back to popsicles.
From the pages of the World Wrestling Federation magazine, here's Update with Greg DeGeorge.
Hi, everyone. We are going to take a break from the serious issues we've been covering here in Update, and certainly thanks to our producers for lightening it up a bit. I mean, even news magazines do cover stories on things like ice cream, for example, which brings us to the Update. You know, stores around the country now sell the WWF Superstars of Wrestling ice cream bars, and we thought it might be interesting to take a behind-the-scenes look at how these are made. And who better to take us on this tour than George the Animal Steele? Well, it all starts out at, yes, the ice cream factory. And here's George decked out in that good-looking cap, of course, getting the plan set for his big tour. Needless to say, he's been looking forward to this day for some time. Keep in mind now, though, the animal is not here just to get a look at how the bar is put together. No, he's also around to inspect the plant, to sort of stamp his seal of approval, if you will. Here, the cookie being body slammed to the ice cream. And George certainly knows a good body slam when he sees one. From there, it's on to the luscious chocolate coating stage, when the ice cream executes a perfect step-over toe hold on the chocolate. With chocolate, cookie, and ice cream now intact, the bar is ready for testing. What do you think about that, George? All right, it tastes fine, but George isn't satisfied yet. He keeps his watchful eye out now, making sure the plastic seal is tucked neatly around the bar. And oh yes, it can't be complete without this beautifully executed small package hold.
Good. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Well, what more can be said? Thanks, George. With Update, I'm Greg DeGeorge.
Right.
Rapidly becoming a real hot item, the WWF ice cream bar. In fact, Bobby the Brain Heenan, I didn't know. I noticed that none of your pictures were on any of those ice cream bars.
I don't care to be on an ice cream bar.
You know, they couldn't make one with a handle with a stick on it and then put something goofy-looking thing up on.
Oh, this will be this will be off eventually.
In just a few moments, fans, we're going to go to the special tape we promised you on Superstar Billy Graham. In fact, the very graphic tape showing the operation of the hip replacement of Superstar Billy Graham. So if you're a little squeamish, don't watch this particular footage.
Continuing our special report on Superstar Billy Graham, the former World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champ faced massive hip surgery and what his doctor called the end of his wrestling career. With a new metal hip, Graham would be fortunate just to walk like a healthy man again. Wrestling, simply out of the question. We talked with the superstar just prior to his operation, and it seemed like Well, it seemed like we were talking about two different cases.
Superstar Billy Graham right here, just ready, hours, minutes away from the operation. The doctor said you'll never wrestle again. The critics said the greatest surgeons in the world says you'll walk. But Superstar, your wrestling career is over. But I'm here to tell you, doctors, I'm here to tell the critics, I'll wear the tie-dyed t-shirts, I'll wear the tie-dyed wristbands again. Superstar Billy Graham, I'll put the boots on again. I've been slain, I've been cut down, but no man, no surgeon, nobody can keep the Superstar down. I'm coming back.
There's a good reason as to why doctors said Graham should never wrestle again. We'll show you that now. It's part of his hip surgery. And I do want to warn you, this footage is graphic and visually explicit, and some of you may want to turn your heads. But while skeptics and doctors were talking retirement, Superstar preferred another word, comeback. And as amazing as it may seem, Billy Graham is not kidding around. The recovery is underway, and I met Graham recently on his training grounds in the mountains of Arizona.
You have done it all, certainly in the World Wrestling Federation, a champion for 4 years. What can be gained? You need a hand.
Oh, no, don't touch me. I'm gonna make it. I don't care if I gotta crawl. I don't care if I fall. I'm gonna get to the top of this mountain, and I'm not gonna have any help from anybody. I'm gonna conquer it.
As determined as ever, fighting logic and nature perhaps, the Superstar's recovery is moving along.
Superstar, take it easy. Don't hurt yourself.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna do it. I can do it. I know I can do it. 2 or 3 more at once. Ow! Ow!
Next week, the latest on the incredible comeback effort of the Superstar Billy Graham.
Talk about a man with determination.
He's got more guts than brains. That's it for him.
What are you talking about?
He'll never walk again. If he does, he'll be in a walker.
Well, it won't because he didn't make an attempt. I'll tell you that, Brain.
Like I said, he's...
Yeah. Did you get that?
I'm making sure, Bobby Baby, that those people in the glass booth are not doing you in together with that character.
What a man. I never thought of that.
He was
and I'm the brain.
to something else.
What a man. To have him at my side.
Yeah, it's like feeding strawberries to pigs.
Pigs don't like strawberries.
Well, whatever.
I'm going right to the Supreme Court with this.
Go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and host the program? Do your thing.
I always do. You ready?
Yeah, what's coming up?
We're going right to...
We'll be back with Samuel Houston in just a moment.
Wait a minute. He didn't tell me.
To get me excited. It takes a lot to make the gorilla upset.
Don't worry, Bobby Baby. I'm getting it all in addition to our friend, Mr. Redondo. I'm watching these floor managers give you the wrong cues.
I told you.
Oh, Bobby, we've got them all. This is Hollywood.
You just hanging here by your fingernails, Brain, on this program. I could have had you ousted a number of times.
Another threat.
Out of the goodness of my heart, I didn't see fit to do that. Right now, let's go to a special match before I really get wound up on these two pieces of work here
the
to my
reason
right.
people tune in is to see me.
Samuel Houston against John K9 Toronto. Let's go.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing in the ring from Romania, weighing 245 pounds, Johnny K9. His opponent is from Texas, weighing 239 pounds, Sam Houston.
Samuel Houston, newcomer here to the World Wrestling Federation, but no stranger to the squared circle. Here he comes. There's the youngster. Oh, look at the fancy footwork, Brain.
What is it, hee-haw?
Johnny K9 certainly doesn't like it.
I believe Mr. K9 came to wrestle, not to dance.
It's hard to tell what John K9 came for.
Well, I don't appreciate my introduction. Bobby, the brain heat.
I just sort of slipped out. I'm sorry. Yeah, my apology. Still got that horse collar on.
It's not a horse collar, it's a cervical collar. I have a sprained neck.
Sprained neck. That was the original diagnosis.
Well, I'm just keeping it simple. If I was going into the medical terms, I'd confuse the people out here. I want to keep it simple for the humanoids.
Why don't you explain it to me? You won't confuse me.
But I don't have time. I'm here to host this program.
Oh, sorry. Heard from the Gorilla Grapevine that you're considering seriously taking Johnny Canine into your family.
I didn't say that.
No, I just heard a rumor to that effect. I didn't say you said it. Any truth to that?
Don't believe every rumor you hear.
Okay. This first time for you to see young Samuel Houston? Or do you
see
know
him in person? I've heard a lot about him. I heard he's very fast, got a good knowledge of professional wrestling, and he's a lousy dancer.
Lousy dancer.
Big Hank Williams Jr. fan, I guess.
Who, you?
Not me.
Canine in the corner now, going to work on the youngster. A little bit slow on that, over the top. Look out, wow. Welcome to Toronto.
Why did they ever name this town after the Lone Ranger sidekick?
No, it's not Tonto, it's Toronto.
Oh.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada. There's a youngster. I'm sure this is his debut here in the Maple Leaf Gardens, and he's already got quite a following. Johnny Canine with only one, perhaps, oar in the water, shall we say.
Did you ever figure out what that symbol is he does at his introduction?
Yeah, I told you a long time ago that that's what they did. That's what they did in the movie 1984. That was how they showed respect to Big Brother. Look at these beautiful arm drags by Houston, deep in underneath. Is he quick? Yes. He's making me tired watching him.
Making me sick. What a show off. He throws 3 good arm drags, which I'll give him credit for as a good move. But you don't have to get up and dance around like that.
Well, didn't have anything else to do. Canine bailed out and left the ring.
You know, I can just tell what he is, this guy, Sam Houston. He's one of those guys that hang around one of those country and western discos, like on, what was that movie?
Midnight Cowboy.
No. Something modern, you know, with John Travolta. That was. I don't pay much attention to that, but you know the movie I mean. He probably hangs around there, has a big round thing in his pocket full of dip, dancing with all the girls, and goes home by himself because he's too shy to ask anybody anything. He's too lousy a dancer. Oh, he dances once.
Well, how come you know so much about those places? You obviously
I know a little bit about everything.
Not too much about anything. Look out, reversal. Nice, stepped right over the top, up, drop kick right in the kisser. And back to that arm drag, almost broke his shoulder with that one.
Reverse arm drag.
At least John Canine with the presence of mind to stick his foot in the ropes. That'll give him a little break.
He does have a little far out look in his eye, don't he?
Yeah, he sure does.
I don't know if he has his head shaved or if he always has a 5 o'clock shadow.
Certainly doesn't spend a lot of money in the men's salon, shall we say.
Good would it do?
Side headlock by Mr. Houston. Can you remember it far enough back when you were as young as this youngster is and had the spring in your legs and the ability to move around? Look at that shoulder block.
Easier than you can.
Well, side headlock. I guess if I want to reminisce, I'll have to get in touch with the King and
what do you want to talk to him about?
Talk about the old days.
I don't think the King wants to be bothered with you.
I guess not. Very evenly matched, these two. Stood right up there. Nice balance, high cross body off the second rope. 2 count only. Referee right there, but couldn't get a 3 count.
Kind of an agile punk, isn't he?
Well, he's very agile. I don't know how much of a punk he is. Wow. K9 went right downstairs, planted one in the lower abdomen area.
Now, what if I put on cowboy boots and went in the ring and danced like that? Would make fun of me.
Probably be a big improvement. Now you can't dance, you can't do anything with that horse collar you got on.
I don't feel like dancing.
Irish whip in again. Nailed him again. Well, I thought it was very nice, John. You want to know how it was. I told him it was very
What, are you
nice.
managing him now?
No, but he was looking for some kind of approval. I gave it to him. Bear hug.
Might be it. The debut might be over for the kid. I think I heard him say yes.
I don't think so. I didn't hear anything. That thing might be blocking the flow of blood to your brain, you know. That could be affecting you.
Huh?
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm trying to watch this match.
Be one of the very few that you watch. Every time I ask you something about what's going on in the match, you say, I wasn't watching. You're obviously intrigued by K9. Maybe the rumor's true. Nice backbreaker. 2 count only. The hand was up there but didn't come down. Similar to what happened not too long ago to one of your people.
I don't want to go into that. Do you mind? Bad enough I have to sit here with you. It's bad enough my neck is damaged. I don't want to hear about anything like that.
Bear hug again.
I think he's saying, yeah. He's given up.
I don't think so. The referee's a lot closer than we are, and he certainly would be calling for the bell had he heard any kind of submission. Plus, I don't think Houston is a quitter, like some of the people you have in your family.
No member of my family's a quitter. If they're a quitter, they're out of the family. That's what happened to Patera. That's why I dumped him. He's a quitter.
And then he dumped you, literally.
Dumped me. Almost tore my head off.
Well, you asked for it.
He's a vicious, savage animal.
Remember that program you asked for it? You did. You got it. K9 having success going downstairs on the youngster. Backs him into a corner. You won't see a clean break here.
I bet you do.
Steak dinner. Nope. Snatched him right out of there.
But he didn't hit him or nothing.
Oh, look at that.
You owe me a dinner now.
Telegraphed that move all the way across the ring. K9 rams himself left shoulder first into the steel post. I like my steak over easy.
It was a clean break. He didn't hit him. He didn't kick him. He didn't punch him.
Break. He didn't step back. He grabbed his arm and slingshot him across the ring without giving the gentleman a chance to get out. 2 count again. Samuel Houston now. On the offensive. No. Turned around. Ducked underneath that one. Look out. Oh, got him with a bulldog. A 360 bulldog. Nailed him with it. K9 face first down. This one is over.
That's a different way to put the bulldog on.
Get a complete 360 with it. Very unusual maneuver by the youngster.
The winner of this match, Sam Houston.
Sam Houston with a successful debut here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. What an exciting individual this young Sam Houston is, and we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of him, not only here on Prime Time, but everywhere in the World Wrestling Federation.
Close attention.
Hey, Mr. Shyster, here's another prime example of why this guy is only here on a temporary basis.
You think it's your show.
Taking valuable airtime and wasting it.
Hollywood lawyer, this Beverly Hills attorney, your common shyster. And I don't want to hear that word weasel
I didn't say
anymore.
common. I didn't say not say common. But take a look.
Bobby, you got that too?
Take a look at your protege
Well, we got
here.
that down, Bobby, baby.
Take
no
a look
more.
here. Wasting valuable airtime on our program for his own personal
I know.
telephone calls.
Well, let me see. If you want to come in for the audition, fine. Just a moment.
We're on the air here.
I don't care. People are
obviously you don't care.
Well, I'm handling some business. See, I'm hiring new co-hosts. People are calling in when to be auditioned. I got a lot of people on here.
Beautiful, baby.
Joan,
beautiful.
since she's unemployed now, she's just giving me a call. Yeah, Joan.
Any auditioning that's to be done, I'll be doing it because it'll be you who is replaced.
Remember, they didn't can you.
Plenty more action still to come here this week. In fact, coming up, the Shadows.
Really?
Folks, right now we're going to take you to Houston, one of the big wrestling towns in all of these United States, and a special matchup coming up. The Shadows, two unknown individuals, probably not unknown to this guy, but he wouldn't tell us anything about him, against two guys that are rapidly climbing the ladder of success here in the World Wrestling Federation, speaking about Paul Roma.
You know what you're doing?
What is it?
You got one foot out of work and the other one's standing on a banana peel, pal.
Oh, yeah? One of them's liable to be, one foot's liable to be standing on a weasel.
Let's go to the match.
Weighing in at 215 pounds, the tag team of the Shadows. Their opponents, weighing in at 235 pounds, Paul Roma. His partner, also at 238 pounds, Jim Powers. Your referee, Nick Kozak.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Houston, Texas. I'm Gorilla Monsoon, along with Bobby the Brain Heenan here at ringside for this tag team matchup. Roma and Powers certainly look to be in excellent condition, Brain.
Tell me what you know about the Shadows.
Not a whole lot.
I know a lot about the Shadows.
Well, go ahead, you tell me then.
I'm not a blabbermouth.
Uh-huh.
No, their identity and their, what they like to keep secret is their business. You can learn a valuable lesson.
You know, I think that collar you're wearing, Brain, is cutting off the carotid artery, which feeds blood to the brain, because you haven't been making a whole lot of sense lately.
Well, to the people I talk to at my own intellectual level, they understand me.
Uh-huh. You mean the illiterates that you have to deal with?
No, I don't mean the illiterates. I mean the people with very high IQs.
Weasel brain type.
No. Weasel brain.
Little confrontation going on here. Big guy looks kind of familiar to me, the Shadow, that is. Can't quite pick him out, though.
Probably if you look behind you, you cast a pretty big shadow.
That body style is rather familiar to me. Of course, Roma and Powers been on a tear here of late. Some very impressive victories.
You know, people all over the country are talking about Roma and Powers. I will admit that they've upset some good teams along the way, and they're very popular, and they smile nice, and they're good-looking young guys. But what I hear from different promotions and different promoters all over the world, they think these guys are going to go all the way.
Finally had something positive to say about something.
I didn't say I agreed with him. I just said that's what I heard.
Well, even that coming out of your mouth is a plus.
I think they are going to go all the way.
Look out.
Back to New York.
Hip lock, nicely executed. Drop kick, caught him right in the kisser. Well, they've got fire, they've got enthusiasm. They've got regard for one another, which is so important in tag team competition.
Yes, you're right. The Shadows are very close.
I'm not talking about the Shadows. I'm talking about Powers and Roma. You know, I should make up a little checklist for you, a guide, so that you'll know what I'm talking about. At least 30% of the time.
A checklist?
That's right. Standing wrist lock. It's turned into a side headlock now. Big guy looks to be about 300 pounds plus.
You know, and black makes you look smaller.
It's
true. So he might even be bigger than that.
Well, he might be. Always hated a headlock. Never wanted any cauliflower ears and never got it. Shoulder block.
Sure hate to ruin your good looks.
I didn't say that. Nice hip lock by, what should we say, Shadow 1?
Well, that's Shadow.
Well, what are you going to call his partner when he comes in? Like right now?
Mr. Shadow.
Oh, Mr. Shadow. Okay. I'll let you try to keep that straight for me.
That's what I love, another big mouth in Texas.
Well, you're in earshot of all those folks. You better be careful what you say. These guys obviously spend every moment that they can inside that gymnasium taking care of their body. After all, that's how they're making a living.
I was not referring to that woman at ringside. I was referring to you interrupting me constantly.
Oh. I thought you were referring to that nice young lady.
No, I wasn't. I don't know that lady. I do not talk to people I don't know.
I understand that Miss Betty may be in the crowd tonight.
You never know where Miss Betty is. I'll tell you where Miss Betty is.
Miss Betty never knows where Miss Betty is. I got news for you.
I'll tell you where she is right now. She's conferring with my attorney. Lance Wilshire, who you'll see in a very, very short amount of time.
Lance Wilshire, like is Wilshire Boulevard, as in Wilshire Boulevard?
That's right, from Beverly Hills.
He was your attorney. I think his name would be Sunset. Because you're in the twilight of your career, Brain. I got news for you. Patera really did a number on you.
Please, I don't wish you to use that name in my presence.
Look at this. A little agility here. Oh, nice leapfrog of beauty. Reverse. Reverse monkey flip, well executed. Shadow looking for somewhere to hide. I like this Houston weather, Brain. How about you?
I like Beverly Hills weather. I don't like anything.
Same.
It's not. Beverly Hills is not damp. It's not humid like this.
Are you kidding? I've been in Beverly Hills on a number of occasions.
Must be after sunset. You wouldn't be allowed in there when it's light.
Please. Oh, nice leapfrog. Well, he tried to give him back just what he got, and it didn't work.
Did you ever do any shopping on Rodeo Drive?
On Rodeo Drive? No, I just looked in the windows.
See, a lot of places you have to have an appointment. A lot of places in Beverly Hills call me and ask me if I'd like to shop there.
You know where gorillas shop?
Where?
Anywhere they choose. Love the farmer's market out there, one of my favorite spots. Uh-oh. Starting to unload now with some of the heavy artillery as they're not having too much success with the conventional kind.
But you do like it here in Houston.
Oh, yeah, I like Houston. Good friend of mine here, Paul Bosch.
Paul Bosch is one of the...
His name's synonymous with the word wrestling.
And promotion.
Yes.
But he's very one-sided. He'd rather do...
He's one-sided.
Well, I've had dealings with him before. He'd rather do... bend over backwards and do a favor for a guy like Powers and Roma who haven't added anything to professional wrestling than do something for me, a man who's probably put wrestling on the map.
Please. Never heard anyone say a derogatory remark about Paul Bosch until now.
Stick around. You haven't hung in the circles I hang in. A good friend of mine here also does a sports show here, Craig Roberts. So I got friends all over the world.
Had the opportunity to have lunch with Paul Bosch today and extended an invitation to him to come to the World Wrestling Federation and appear on some of our programs.
I heard you and him sat there at the table for over 4 hours, seeing which one had picked the check up first.
Please. Nice block and rammed into the top turnbuckle as the Shadow's in trouble. We're going to take a look at one of them here in a moment.
See, they shouldn't do that, Monsoon. The man has a right to wear a mask. He shouldn't have some other punk like this try to show his identity to somebody. Maybe he has a reason not to show his face.
Shadow number 2 made a move in there. It's probably ugly.
Well, maybe the man does have a birthmark. Maybe he's got a scar. Maybe he doesn't want to be seen. Maybe he's got
You ever consider a mask?
No, I'm too good looking.
That remains to be seen. Roma and Powers well in control of this match.
Deprive the world of these great-looking classic features? Are you kidding?
Please, give me a break. Side headlock now is going to get rid of him. Shoulder block sends him down. Once again, oh, big scoop over the top and behind. We're going to take a look at him, perhaps. Wow, talk about action. We're seeing it right in Houston as Roma and Powers trying to take the masks off the Shadows. Maybe we will get a look and see where they are.
You know, why don't they leave the man's identity secret?
Because everybody wants to know who's hidden underneath the mask. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion of this matchup in just a moment, so don't go away. Noticed you were in the back of the plane as well, coming down where you belong.
First class.
You call that first class back there by the tail section?
You were in the room that had the seat with the hole in it.
Give me a break, Brain. We're going to go back right now to Houston for some more exciting tag team action.
See what he makes fun of me all the time.
Roma and Powers trying to figure out the moves of the Shadows and vice versa as the Shadows almost got stripped of their masks only moments ago.
If I sent my teams in there against Roma and Powers, when we got done with them, they'd have to wear masks.
What teams do you have now that are in contention?
The Islanders, my brand new acquisition.
That's your claim to fame? Haku and Tama?
You know, and I'll be honest with you, I did make a lot of fun of them, those two guys. I did knock them a lot. But I got realizing, and I got watching them, the more and more I watched them, is all they needed was some guidance. I'm the guiding light.
You figured it wouldn't cost you a lot of money because they don't wear any shoes or anything, or any fancy clothes or anything like that.
Are you trying to say I'm going to whiz them on their payroll?
No, I'm saying that you're cheap.
Cheap?
That's right. Huh. You resemble that remark?
Not cheap.
Take a good look. Going to work now on the left leg, the knee area. Loosen up those collateral ligaments a little bit.
Referee Nick Kozak is regarded as one of the top wrestling officials in the World Wrestling Federation.
He is.
Yes, and he's a pain in the neck to me.
I thought you said there weren't any good officials in the World Wrestling Federation.
I didn't say I thought so. I said he's a pain in the neck to me. He has been for years.
There's a lot of things been a pain in the neck to you lately. In fact, everything is a pain in the neck to you.
Yes, I have a lot of pain in my neck.
You do. And rightfully so.
That's some lower pain, too.
Well, I'll get you another bottle of Ramagel, I guess. Straighten you right out. That's the trouble with you, Brain. You never take your medication when you're supposed to.
I always take my medication.
You always complain you don't feel good.
I almost had a broken neck, almost had my head tore off.
Thought you were going to be the manager of the world's heavyweight champion, never came to pass. Let's talk about the Silver Dome.
Let's talk about Roma's and Powers and the Shadows.
Obviously, that's a sore subject to you. It's sort of
well, I don't get any satisfaction out of talking.
Sticks in your craw a little bit.
Talking to you about that doesn't give me any satisfaction because talking to you is like talking to an old banana peel.
Well, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Step over toe hold being applied right now by Paul Roma. Look at the upper body development on the youngster.
I can't tell. He's got a black shirt on.
You don't get that way waiting for the bus. I guarantee you that.
Roma.
Yeah, I mean Roma. Uh-oh, look out.
Look at, he lied. He lied right to the referee. Now they both come in, do a double team. See, Roma gets out. No tag. Oh, that's a fair tag team. Couple nice young boys. Come on, Kozak. And now you buy this one, Kozak. I got some land for you in Florida for sale.
Some of your property up for sale, is it?
See? I don't know how he ever caught that.
Well,
usually lets things like that go.
Made a fool out of you, didn't he?
No,
Still going to work on the leg. Look out. Oh, nicely. Did you see the agility there? Landed right on his feet.
Come on, the man's in the rope. Make him break.
What?
No tag, I bet. He'll get out. See? And
that's good tag team wrestling.
That's cheating. If my team did that, the Islanders, what would you say?
Good tag team wrestling.
Oh, you're a liar, too.
Especially for two guys that can't think.
You always told me you felt sorry for them because they had such a rough time over here. People made a fool out of them. People tried to take advantage of them.
I never said I felt sorry for them. I said I felt sorry for you.
You don't have to feel sorry for me. There'll be no benefits for me.
Sure, you steal all the money from your guys in your stable. I know that for a fact.
I don't steal. I've never stolen a dime from a soul. The few times people have accused me, Patera says I still owe him money. I don't owe him a dime.
Sure did. Still owe $85,000 for body slams that I know of.
That was all taken care of.
Notice how Powers and his partner Roma have cut the ring in half and are really doing it over now. That'll make life miserable for you for quite some time. And about 20 years from now, you'll feel it even worse. Spinning toe hold once again, maybe into a possible figure four here. He's trying to lock it up. He's got it locked in. Cameraman got pushed over. Got it applied, but I don't think he can make it a cement with it. Oh, the big guy dropped it on him.
He had a half a bottle of Screech.
Wow. Referee is slowly losing control of this match.
It's Nick Kozak, I told you.
Rammed into the top turnbuckle. Things not going too well at this particular point in time for Powers and Roma as they are on the receiving end. Look out. Big splash. Nope. Got caught right in the middle of it. Those knees came up. That'll take its toll. Needs to make a tag here desperately. Oh, look at that. Nice karate kick right to the back of the head, right in the external occipital protuberance area.
They keep it simple for the humanoids.
Oh, right in the back of the head he hit him. There's a tag. Roma in, and he's on fire. Irish whip in, drop kick right in the chest.
Hit him with double knees right in the face. That's a nice move.
Another tag. There's that continuity you look for in tag team wrestling.
One tag.
Abdominal stretch.
And he's got the back of his suit hooked, I believe I can see from here.
Could be all over right here. No pulling of the tights in there.
How can you see? You can only see one hand.
The other hand's around the neck. How could he possibly be pulling the bottom of his tights?
Got long fingers.
Please. Kozak looking for the submission there. In the meantime, the other shadow came in and lowered the boom, and now everybody's in there. Throw away the rule book, because here it goes. Uh-oh. Roma and Powers in trouble.
Powers is in a lot of trouble right now.
Double team effort going on.
Watch this.
Look out, duck underneath, beautifully done. Oh, look at that, the leg was hooked from the outside. He's going to get a 3 count, he got it.
The winners of the match, the tag team of Paul Roma and Jim Powers.
Roma and Powers outsmarting the Shadows. That was an interesting match. I liked it. It had a little bit of everything in it. You didn't like it. You didn't,
well,
you were
they
on the
did
phone
outsmart him.
for most of the match.
Yes.
So you don't know what went down, other than the fact you were there.
Let him keep talking. He'll show his own ignorance, Booby.
Look at the grin on you. You actually think I'm in jeopardy here, don't you? That I'm having some kind of a problem.
You're sweating.
I'm sweating, huh?
I know it.
Do you ever see me sweat, Heenan, outside the ring?
I know you're soaking wet under that suit.
I saw you sweat a number of times. One was March 29th. You were sweating profusely. Another time was in the woods. I remember one time you were sweating. You were lost. Couldn't find your way back.
Don't we have something to go to here?
Yeah, we have a special interview coming up.
I was going to say that.
In just a moment.
All right, these three men, obviously, the focal point of a lot of controversy in the World Wrestling Federation. Slick, this is Memorial Day weekend at the good old US of A. What's he doing with that Iranian flag?
What does it look like he's doing?
Well, he's holding it up. This is not the time to the place.
Why not?
Well,
he's not an American. He's an Iranian. He's proud of his heritage. He should let the people know that he's from one of the greatest countries in the world today. A country that's not like America, prejudiced, biased, and typical of what you are, a known bigot. Buster.
Buster?
That's what I said, and I hope you don't like it. Now, let me tell you something, because I don't have time to small talk with you, because you are here to interview and not interrupt.
All right.
Holmes, now, I want the people to know that these two men standing before you right now represent the greatest wrestling machine and organization in the world today.
All right, with that, I'm going to move right up. Thank you, Slick. Very good. Nikolai Volkov, there's a man who doesn't particularly care for your vocal efforts you're singing, and that's Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
You know, there is not a live American in the whole world that could scare me. There is not one American, especially the ugly, dirty, hippie Jim Duggan, who can come in the ring with 2x4 and try to make me stop singing my Russian national anthem. Do you know why I sing Russian national anthem before every match?
Why is that?
That's a man of the victory. Song of the victory, because Russia never lost the war, and Russian wrestler Nikolai Volkov never lost the match against any American. That's right, Sheik.
Wait a minute. Hold on just a second here. On this Memorial Day weekend, I'd like to point out that the United States of America bailed Russia out of World War II, for your information. Now, Iron Sheik.
That's a lie.
I get so upset.
Why, gentlemen, I don't know why you get excited and upset, because Russia and all country Persia, as far as I know, and you know, and every intelligent American, my manager know, that's because we are so best and good, lot of jealous in this country. Palestine, man, you're asking about some silly question about Memorial Day, whatever.
Memorial Day?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's a holiday here in this country.
Well, good for you and good for your American people. We come to America to show the people for one thing, only wrestling. Background of the Persia, background of the and the Soviet Union, and also my manager.
Yes.
My manager explained it
Jim
good
Duggan.
too.
It's Duggan.
Jim Duggan, Duggan, whatever your name is, you come with a 4x2.
Duggan, it's Duggan.
Yeah, 4x2. But remember, you're gonna get it back sooner or later.
That's a 2x4, and his name is Duggan. I thank you. Slick, Nikolai Volkov, and the Iron Sheik. You guys are something else, really.
Right now, folks, we're going to return to the Sam Houston Coliseum and join in progress a title defense by the fabulous Moolah against Angie Manelli. What an interesting match this was. I was on hand. Bobby, what
Don't
is
worry
it now?
about it, Bobby, baby. Everything that he said, even the stuff he said off camera, is all written down, honey. And I want to tell you, we've got almost enough here in verbal evidence for excellent litigation.
You see, when I use, I can't lose. I get the greatest attorney.
You're getting on my nerves.
Good. I hope
Let's
I'm
go
getting
to
to
Houston.
you.
Angie Manelli in control of this match right now is a golden opportunity for her to become the new ladies champion. Of course, that's a tough task indeed against the fabulous Moolah. Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside with Bobby the Brain Heenan. What do you think, Brain? You've seen Moolah in a lot of action over a lot of years.
Seen her in the ring, too. She's great.
Please.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. I meant that action outside the ring, inside the ring, around the ring. Moolah is action personified.
I think that the Fabulous One has a dubious distinction of being the longest reigning champion in the history of professional wrestling. Taken on all comers, lost the title a couple of times, got it back.
Fought it back, earned it. She's a greater champion than Hulk Hogan.
Please. Talking about a ladies champion and a men's champion. You wouldn't know because you don't have a champion.
I will have a champion.
Moolah now with pulling on the hair. Come on, ref, give me a break. Angie Manelli was doing very well early on in this match, and now the Fabulous One has caught up to her, so to speak.
Strut it, Moolah. Angie Manelli.
Boy, has she had injuries over the years, broken shoulders, broken ribs.
And she's a world's champion.
She definitely is. Irish whip in, look out. Youngster got caught unaware there. Fabulous One not wasting any time.
You know, I had a party at my home once in Beverly Hills, and I had some, I would say, 100 to 200 guests there. And I had about, I would say, 25 to 30 real famous film stars there. And also my attorney was there, Lance.
Name three.
Oh, I can't do that because
Obviously.
I don't want to.
Because you're lying, that's
I'm not lying. When I tell you what happened and came down here, you'll know I wasn't lying. At the height of the party, you're not going to believe how many of these film stars wanted to leave with Moolah. Ask her out. Wanted to make her a movie star. You're not going to believe it.
I don't believe it.
See, that's why I didn't bother telling you their names.
Oh, Manelli thrown outside down to the concrete. Here in the Sam Houston Coliseum. She's in deep trouble right now. Gutsy little thing, climbing right back in there. Fabulous One not going to make it easy for anybody to strip her of that title. Pretty little girl too, that Manelli.
That's so-so. Scale 1 to 10, what was you rated?
Snuck up behind the Fabulous One, over the top rope, 360 job. done by the champion, and she's all wrapped up.
Now, can a women's champion lose the belt on a count out?
Absolutely not.
That's correct.
Title can only change hands on a pinfall or submission.
I knew that. I just wanted to test
And I
it.
think you'd have to pin Moolah because I don't think you could get her to quit. Not like some of the people you associate with.
I don't associate with quitters.
Brought her back in the hard way. Snap mare over the top rope. Look at this. Oh! Almost tore her nose off. Fabulous One didn't like that one bit.
What should happen to you? You'd be so nosy.
Snap mare by a handful of hair. Very few things, Brain, would bring me out of retirement. You might be one of them. You could come up with enough money to bring me out of retirement. I don't know, you've been spending an awful lot of money, though, lately.
Hey, just with my attorneys on, the retainer I give that gentleman.
$3.99 a day, or what is it?
I hope you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars. Give me a break, Brain.
Not to waste on foolishness.
Look out. Body scissors. Moolah won't like this. Trying to get rid of her, a number of elbows. She's not turning loose. Like to see her rock back and just drop. Oh, here it comes. Oh! Moolah will be sitting down very carefully for the next several weeks as the gluteus maximus is taking a beating. Champion, tried to get out of there by opening the legs up. Couldn't do it.
You know, people snicker sometimes because they think it just hurts the gluteus maximus of the body. That pain goes all the way up your spine to the back of your neck.
And you know about neck pain.
Good move, Moolah.
Fabulous One digging deep down into her bag of tricks, and she'll need every one of them to put this youngster away.
Notice how she shifted her weight there to make her leg come open?
Look at that, just tied her up. Those are steel cable ropes. Could be all over right here.
How big is the average woman's neck? 3, 4 inches?
Please, we're talking about 3 or 4 inches. At least 10 or 11.
Big enough to get your hands around.
Just about your size. Fabulous One going to work. Now she could be biting the fingers there. Couldn't tell from our vantage point. Moolah with a whip in. Oh, lowered her with that forearm shot. Champion knows all the tricks of the trade. Oh, drop kick by Manelli right out of nowhere. Angie on the offensive. She's hurt, though. This match has taken a lot out of her. Slam down for the cover. We could have, nope.
Look at the drive. Look at the drive in Moolah.
We may see history made. Small package.
Oh, no, not with a pro
Cut
like
her
that.
up, hook the legs.
The champ did it again.
Fabulous One. Wow.
It's a champion for you.
Fabulous Moolah, when things get desperate, is your neck bothering you? I hope.
Hear that one?
You hope.
Hear that one?
When
He
she
hoped.
gets
Mr.
desperate.
Monsoon, in my 30 years as an eminent attorney in Beverly Hills, I have never seen a better case for my client than what I've seen here today.
Now, let me tell you one thing, Lance. I have taken this abuse for over 1 year now.
You're a strong
I've taken
man.
it here. I've taken it at ringside. I've taken it in that rag there, that cheap publication, and everything else.
You guys are going to force me to do something I don't want to do.
Oh, you're going to quit before we get you canned?
No, I have to dig into my bag and come up with a few things that will take care of you. And
Somebody bring him a shovel. I want to see you start digging.
Don't worry about it, baby.
Listen,
We've got an airtight case. Anyone watching would know that. It's all down in black and white.
We'll be back in just a moment.
I'm glad I got you.
You can laugh all you want, Brain. You know, there's a saying about laughing. You know what it is?
He who laughs last laughs with the brain and Lance.
No, that's not what the saying is.
That's what I say.
Saying is, he who laughs last is a damn fool for waiting so long. And you and that jerk you got with you over there.
Just keep trying it, baby. Just keep adding to your own grave.
Got a special match coming up featuring the Outlaw, Ron Bass, a dangerous individual.
You ain't got much longer
he
to do
says
this
he's
job.
here. It's branding time, and he's here to clean up the WWF.
This next bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing in the ring from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing 235 pounds, Jesse Cortez. The opponent from Houston, Texas, weighing 285 pounds, the Outlaw, Ron Bass.
I told you the name was Jesse. Keep trying to correct
Jesse Cortez against the Outlaw, Ron Bass. He's got that branding iron with him. He says it's roundup time here in the World Wrestling Federation, and he's out to put his brand on everybody. That includes members of your family, Heenan.
Bass is a tough man. They don't call me Outlaw for nothing.
Where'd he get that coat from? One of the props departments on 42nd Street?
It's like one of your old night shirts.
That would look good with that white collar you're wearing. Maybe you could buy it from him.
Telling you, you're going to be in trouble. Keep picking on me like this.
One of our lovely Federettes. And there's the, what is that brand anyway?
Brand X.
Brand X, I guess so. Jesse Cortez in for a rough evening.
That's another thing about those Federettes. Every time I walk the king to the ring, they come around, they want to take the king's robe back and crown.
That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do.
But they're not fooling me. They just want to touch that crown.
Please.
They just want to walk back with that crown and that gold.
That lice-infested crown? Are you kidding?
That crown is worth more to him than your whole estate.
Understand he's got a whole trunk full of them.
One of a kind.
One of a kind.
That is the race family crest on top of that.
Well, why didn't he have the thing made so it would fit him to begin with? Why does he have to wear that goofy-looking shoestring underneath his chin to hold it on? Bends his ears down when he puts it on.
The reason he wears the string to hold it down is because when he steps into the ring, he doesn't want someone to come up from behind, knock the crown off, and maybe damage the crown, dent the crown, hurt the crown.
How could anyone
knock the
come
jewels
up
out
from
of
behind? You're always there, like a leech in the belly of democracy.
Thinking about democracy, Jesse Ortega's in trouble. That's his name, Cortez, doesn't matter.
You don't even know who's in this match. Look out, Irish whip coming up. Oh, what an elbow. Like running into a freight train. Jesse in deep trouble. Of course, this isn't a fair assumption of what the Outlaw is capable of doing. I'd like to see him in there with some rougher competition, like perhaps a Tito Santana, a Pedro Morales.
Okay, go on. Who else?
A Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Either one of the K&Ms.
I'm sure that would please him fine.
Rick Martel, Tom Zink, either one of those, either one of the Rougeos.
How about the whole state of Texas?
What's that got to do with it?
Oh, I mean, they bring them on one at a time or all you want.
What makes you think that Cortez is from Texas?
No, I said you could bring on the whole state of Texas.
Excuse me, I misunderstood you.
See, Texas is full of everybody. Everybody in Texas has a loud mouth. We talk about bull roping and bull fighting and this and that. But they're not that tough. They just got a big mouth.
Well, there's a few Texas guys I know that could make things rough for him. Irish whip in. Whoa. That was a half chop, half elbow. Why is he bothering to pull his knee pads up? He hasn't been off his feet yet.
I think he's getting ready to do something here.
Oh, drove him face first down into the canvas. Could be all here for Mr. Cortez. In fact, it is. Hand raised in a token of victory.
The winner of this bout, the Outlaw, Ron Bass.
Outlaw Ron Bass, not a whole lot of competition for him this week here in the World Wrestling Federation. Let's go back and take a look at how he polished him off. Just rammed that kisser down into the mat cover, giving him Excedrin headache, number 35. Outlaw Ron Bass having his own way with Jesse Cortez. I certainly would like to see him in there with a little, what is it with you two?
What a wonderful client, Bobby, baby. You're all peaches and cream.
What an attorney I got. Go ahead.
You know something? Don't forget, Brain, that a pat on the back is only about 18 inches away from a kick in the behind.
Keep talking, Mr. Monsoon. You'll have it all come back to you under the judicial system of California.
Please. This is not California.
I can tell.
Understand that you've been barred in a number of states already.
There's the sun.
Hear that?
We got him, baby. Don't worry about it.
claiming
It's
you
a
were
piece
barred.
of cake.
You guys are going
You
to
should
force me to
see
make
his
a phone
law
call.
offices.
You're going to force me to play my hand, Brain.
Hey, I'm dealing.
You're dealing, huh?
How do you deal?
Keep it up. Keep it up. I
You
will
should
make
see
a
his
phone
law
call.
offices. All wood.
Understand he
brag
operates
about
out
it.
of a Pinto.
Listen, honey, baby, don't worry. A Pinto.
Yeah, Pinto.
We got a Pinto.
These
in my
questions
mouth.
still look
I am
our
seeing
feature.
the
In
slip.
fact, we'll be right back.
Nail him.
Feature time
nail
coming up
him.
here this week on Prime Time Wrestling. World's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan against the ace, Cowboy Bob Orton.
All
What
down
is-
in black and white.
I'm going to own the magazine, too, he tells me.
That's it. Would you pass me the phone, please?
Sure.
I've had it.
Call the unemployment office. You're right, you've had it.
You got it. Entertain the people for a
Don't
while.
worry.
You
about
people, hold on. I'll let you listen in if you like.
We'll get the editor on this thing and nail him, too. All these things, they constitute.
Now, I just don't want to own that rag. And I just don't only want to be a host here and sit here. I want some
City
cash.
Hall, please.
Is there a chance of getting some good cash?
Absolutely.
Frank Talent.
6 fingers?
Well,
Yes.
we'll work it out.
Frank, I need
Just
to
leave
speak
it
to the
me.
big guy.
Leave it to your friend Lance.
Yeah, I'm having some
Best
problems
lawyer
down
in
there.
But hey, you haven't let me down yet.
He will?
You know, this guy, we maybe
Great.
could use him in Beverly Hills.
Okay, yeah, I
Take
should
him to
be
the
home
club.
about 9 o'clock. Have him give me a call at home.
Wait
give him a
tables?
tour.
Terrific.
Tour of the
Thanks very
club.
much. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night. You're leaving?
Yeah, you guys are all done.
Who are you talking to?
The big guy.
You're talking to the big guy.
Yeah, former police chief of police of Philadelphia, former mayor of Philadelphia, Frank Rizzo.
Rizzo!
He's going to meet me down at my house tonight, and we'll
Rizzo!
straighten this whole thing out.
Lance! Lance! Come here!
Obviously,
Come here!
you're going to have a lot of trouble. Feature match
Wait a minute.
coming
How
up.
much time do we have here?
We don't have any time. We're going to our
Wait a
feature
minute.
match right now, regardless what you or the shyster wants to talk
Wait
about.
a minute here.
World's heavyweight
Don't wrap me
champion,
up here
Hulk
for a
Hogan.
minute.
Roll it, please.
Will somebody go out back?
For one fall. Introducing first to my left, the manager, Mr. Fuji. He represents from Kansas City, weighing 248 pounds, the ace, Cowboy Bob Orton. And his opponent, from Venice Beach, California, weighing 302 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion, Hulk Hogan!
Heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan. On this Memorial Day weekend celebration, the Hulkster will all point flying high, and the spirits of all of those whom he has dedicated this match to, the Hulkster, starting off against Cowboy Bob Orton.
Who's he dedicated it to?
Listen to the roar of the fans.
He's dedicated this match to all the veterans. Me.
All the veterans who have paid the ultimate price, Jesse.
That's right, me.
Listen to the roar of this crowd. It's deafening.
What a matchup this is going to be, because you got Cowboy Bob Orton, a real wrestling technician. And if Cowboy Bob catches the champ, he could beat him, no doubt about it.
Listen, I'll agree with you there. Bob Orton
Oh, this is going to be a great matchup.
is
Great
some
match.
technician. A clash of styles here, Bruno, completely.
Yes, indeed, and Orton is going to be a very tough competitor. However, you have to give the edge to Hogan because he's been a champion for over 3 years, successful against all. There's no question going to be no easy pickings here. It's going to be a very, very good bout.
The Hulkster, he is really put together like nobody else.
Ooh, look at this. Orton getting an early advantage, getting Hogan in the corner.
How about that? Orton upstairs now with the elbow after going downstairs. As the Hulkster in the corner continuing to hammer, but now Hogan firing him up. Series of right hand with a chop. Right back with another right hand. Hogan has Bob Orton dazed. He was a moment ago. Boy, Orton is tough.
Oh, I'll tell you, Orton, this is going to be a great match. Great match.
Orton for the ride off the rope. The hookster winds up. Orton puts on the brakes just in time, but he misses it. Oh, baby. Wow. What a maneuver. Bob Orton put on the brakes and missed the first shot, but he certainly didn't miss that clothesline.
Well, the big advantage for Hogan is definitely strength and size, which Orton's going to have to contend with here.
Well, I think I showed a little speed, too, because if you saw Orton, he had gone through the ropes. He thought he outmaneuvered Hogan, but Hogan was so quick in catching him with that clothesliner.
And Bob Orton now locking back up, and again, Hogan moving back into the corner. Something I've never seen the champion do before. I think a little strategy on the part of the hookster. Reversal now. Orton up and over. Look at that. Hookster tags him again. Orton perhaps on rubber legs, but a whip to the... Oh, look at that. Mr. Fuji does not like what he sees.
He's not liking it. I don't blame Fuji because every one of those are punches thrown by the champion. Those are closed fists, totally illegal.
Hookster drops the elbow right in the chest. Drops it again. Getting ready to go for a cover. Three of them, and yes, a roar of approval.
Now, why does a wrestler have to seek crowd approval? He could have covered Orton there. He could have gone for a win. Instead, he turns to hear people cheer.
Yeah, you're a real critic, Jesse. Orton now off the ropes, and look at that. Clothesline by the Hookster. Covers him. Wow, we get two. And Orton kicks out. Cowboy Bob Orton. In the front face lock now. Hookster back to the corner. And reversal. Look at that.
Ooh, and I think the top rope strand might have snapped there.
You're right. Look at Mr. Fuji. Fuji distracted the Hookster.
Whoa, look at Orton. Picked up the big champion and gave him a backbreaker.
Orton hit those ropes so hard before. I think you're right. I think the top strand. Oh, come on.
Fuji, Mr. Fuji doing damage outside of the ring. Cowboy Bob's got the referee tied up.
We're going to have to take this quick commercial break, unfortunately. We're going to go to a commercial. If we miss anything, we'll give it to you on replay. We'll be right back.
World's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan in a lot of trouble against ace Cowboy Bob Orton, and this is all that remains at this particular point in time of the Weasel. We're going to be back with the very exciting conclusion of this title defense in just one moment, so don't go away, wrestling fans. Nice of you to come back and join. Where's the shyster? Oh, we're not going to get anything more out of him. Let's go back right now as World's Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan having a rough time of it against the ace Cowboy Bob Orton. Never expected this kind of a matchup.
Back in the ring. Bob Orton with a series of knees.
And we've definitely got a broken top rope out there.
At least. Maybe the cable's under. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Right on the throat.
Well, I told you when this match started that Hulk Hogan had better not underestimate Bob Orton.
I don't think he was underestimating Orton at all. If anything he was guilty of, he might be underestimating Fuji, who got involved.
Oh, that might be true, too, but they're a team.
Orton got across the back of the neck. Orton now in the superior position with momentum going his way, and momentum means so very, very much to win a matchup.
Yeah, he's going to stay on Hogan right now. The thing is, I think he realized early that he's not going to beat Hogan by wrestling him, so he's used every tough tactic he could imagine, used the Fuji for distraction, and so far they do have Hogan in some kind of a bad situation.
Oh, no! Another elbow to the throat. Orton measuring the Hookster. Look at this. Orton, I think Orton's making a mistake right here. Mr. Fuji trying to encourage to move in.
Well, I'll tell you what, too, if I was Orton, I wouldn't call for Hogan to get up. I'd keep him down.
One, we have two. And a kick out by Hulkster. You can almost feel the spirit of those individuals. From the Hulkster has dedicated this match, trying to help him. Another 2 count.
I'm not trying. I just call it like it is. This is a great match. That's all I'm looking at. Bob Orton with a definite advantage right here.
Just hammering away on the Hulkster. But there's one thing for sure. The 300-plus pound champion has certainly proven through the years that he can take enormous sums of punishment and still make it back to the top.
Ooh, what a right hand there by Bob Orton.
That's what makes a champion, because he can absorb a lot and still have that will, that enthusiasm, whatever, to come back. And that's what Hogan is doing. He's taken every blow that Orton has delivered, and he's still in there. By no means is he near defeat at this point.
I would think, however, that I'll agree with you, Bruno, but that has to take its price. When a man like Hulk Hogan sustains so much damage in every match. But now, it's Bob Orton who's paying the price. Off the rope. Ooh, my. Just like that. Seesaw matchup back and forth.
That's when Hogan made a mistake there, though. He dropped his head right there, and he allowed Bob Orton to get that shot in. You've got to watch your opponent.
Orton with the slam.
Even champions can make mistakes in there.
Looking over at Fuji a moment ago. I think hoping that Fuji's going to impart a little wisdom. A cover. No. Looks like Orton's getting a little frustrated.
That he is. He's got to use some type of move, and you know what? With this top rope strand the way it is, he probably cannot use the superplex now.
Good point.
That's got to throw him off. That's got to throw Bob Orton off, because that takes a huge thing out of his arsenal if he cannot use the superplex.
He's frustrated because he's thrown every imaginable blow on the champion, and he still hasn't been able to put him away.
Orton blocks it. Handful of him does nothing. Blocks it again. Orton kicks in and there's no Orton going to the bucket. Orton goes to the far side into the bucket. Orton is rocking and rolling for hard one. The Hulkster. Uh-oh, look at that. Incredible matchup. Orton turning around just like that.
He's going up.
Again, you made reference to the leg drop.
The ropes took it away from him.
Two and kick. Kick out with authority that time. Orton hammering away on a Hulkster. No. The Hulkster coming back. Look at that. A black punch, a right hand by the champion, another. And another. Orton being set up to the buckle. All fronts to the front. Hulkster to the left, coming out, and drops the left. 1, 2, 3.
Got him.
The matchup, the victory, dedicated to all of those who have paid the ultimate price for freedom, for justice, here in the United States.
The winner of this bout and World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion, Hulk Hogan.
You know, I just noticed something, McMahon. Joey Morello was doing that match. Why is he always the referee when Hogan defends the title?
In fact, I did not notice that.
I just noticed that. Why is that?
Whoa, listen to the line. Let's get capacity crowd in awe of the man who is leading this celebration for this Memorial Day weekend.
talk about real Americans on this Memorial Day weekend. There's a real American. Where's your real American?
I'm right here.
No, the shyster that was sitting over there.
You referring to Mr. Wilshire?
No, I'm referring to that shyster piece of garbage that you brought here. Don't ever bring anybody here.
Now, wait a minute.
Where is he?
Well, he had a very, very urgent family emergency. That's why he left like that. That's why he's in a hurry and had to leave here. There's sickness in his family.
There's sickness in your family as well.
Well, don't make fun of me. The man is there's tragedy in his family.
Yeah, there would have been tragedy.
Now, what'd you do with that weasel stuffing, that doll with the funny-looking neck?
The weasel doll, did you say? Yeah, he's right here. He's under control right now. He's been muzzled.
Oh.
Yeah, he can't...
Keep it up.
He's not going to have too much more to say anymore. Put the old muzzle on him. I like him, though. He's nice. He's nice looking. I'll put him right up here, right by the animal. Well, folks, that wraps it up for another week here on Prime Time Wrestling. We've had some great matches, and I'm sure you enjoyed them, especially World's Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan on his special Memorial Day presentation.
The longest 2 hours I've ever spent in my life.
You mean you with that piece of garbage you brought here? I may just bring somebody to the program and sit here and maybe fill in for me and let you be the host. Would you have an objection to that?
Well, I am the host.
Oh, well, then you wouldn't have an objection to me having
You've got to be here next week. You're always here.
Well, suppose I had a guest.
He has to.
I'm entitled to bring a guest to my own program. You wouldn't object to that, would you?
Well, you have to be here. You're always here. I can run this by myself, but
Would you object to having a guest here?
Depends who the guest is.
How could you object?
It depends who the guest is.
Well, maybe somebody like Ken Patera.
No, you can't have Ken Patera here next week. You're not having Ken Patera here next week.
Why not?
Because you can't have Ken Patera next week. The man's a criminal. The man will hurt me.
Coming to you
now,
from
wait
the
a minute.
room next week.
No,
So long,
you're not
everybody.
having him here. I'm going to go
Have
to
a
the
good
highest
weekend.
powers.